the home of Sarah and Steve Thompson in Ardmore. Sarah, you have a lovely garden and home, and I could tell you've been tending it with love for years. Tell me a bit about your garden and how it's grown over the years.
We are blessed on the top with sandy loam.
So you have a nice soil bed to work with.
We do now. When we first came, it wouldn't even grow a pine tree. But it's built up over the about 30 so years here.
And so you've added different spaces on throughout that time, and you've created some really beautiful spaces. I love your backyard area with your pond and your new bed.
That pond was fun. That's the second one, you could say. The first one was $200 for the liner, $200 for the rocks. And one of my school kids at Gene Autry said, "Now, Miss Burge, go to Lone Grove and get some goldfish. This is $2 worth of fish to go with the, anyhow." And then we redid it, double it. $400 for the liner, $400 for the rocks, and the same $2 worth of fish.
Same $2 goldfish. Well, you built this all up by hand, you and your husband? And
Well,
your
mostly
family?
my husband.
Yeah.
And then again, he says, "What do you want with this dirt that came out of that hole?" That's that berm that my son calls the ant bed.
The ant bed.
Yeah, because it was a lot of ants and a lot of Bermuda grass. These, what do you call these?
The crepe myrtles.
Crepe myrtles were bought as creeping.
Oh, they're quite erect.
Again, they're
They're very beautiful in here, though. They give you a lot. They kind of close in that space for you.
Yeah, it makes a nice look, but they just did what they want to do. So I quit with the creeping crepe myrtle. And most of this, well, you know, you don't buy plants. Uh-oh, we're not supposed to say that. But anyhow, these are given to me.
You have a lot of great structures, wooden structures throughout the landscape. Are those homemade?
Well, the trellis on that crossvine area there, I hauled in from my uncle's because I wanted to clean up his place. Anyhow, then a minute later around my place, I decided just to get it off the ground, and thus that area. The green shed was here when we came. Oh, these brick blocks, whatever, came from sulfur, you know.
I noticed you use a lot of pieces that you've collected from family members, different parts.
Yeah.
And I love your planters. You'll put chicken feeders or anything. Anything can hold a plant, right?
Chicken troughs. I have a lot of chicken troughs. Well, that's what my grandpa used them for. And you see that beautiful container there was in the way. All three of those objects in the way. Put them all together, and now you just have one thing in the way.
Why don't we go take a look at your vegetable garden as well?
Oh boy. Okay.
Sarah, you have a wonderful vegetable garden. Tell me, and quite big. I suppose you produce a lot of food for you and your husband.
Yeah, we do. When we first came, we had 3 kids. Well, over a period of time, they left. And it took me about 5 years to figure out I wasn't canning for 5 people. So we reduced the size. Well, you know, you get the bug. Anyhow, it's back to the size it was.
I'm sure your neighbors and friends benefit from that.
Yeah. Yep.
You have some great blackberry vines in here
Aren't
as
they
well.
nice? Those were given to me, and I had the dewberries on the ground with the thorns. Well, when I got these, no more thorns, and you just kind of, you can do this with them.
Yeah, trellising them makes it real easy to get in and access the fruits.
Right. And we've got fig, and I've got kiwi. No, wait, that died. What's that that starts with a P?
Persimmons.
Yeah, no.
Passion fruits.
I got yeah, but I don't like them, the persimmon. Wrong kind. And here's plenty of garlic for anybody interested. These are good.
And so you use your berries to make jams or cobblers?
Cobblers.
Very nice. You have a lot of flowers growing in here
Yeah,
as well.
Some of that's on purpose.
Keep the weeds.
Keeps the weeds down. And you don't need all this grape in your way. I mean grape.
Some onion.
Oh, and I did find out, y'all probably already knew it, but this one is next year's.
That's right. Each year you have sort of two different generations, and the
Right.
last year's will produce the fruits for this
Right.
year, and then we have our new growth, which will have our fruits next year.
And you have this long cane, and it's the ones coming off the side that do.
That get your fruit.
Which is pretty
That's
neat.
why we go in and prune them each winter to promote more growth and better fruiting.
Well, you need any?
I'll have to bring some along.
Yeah, and there's that topsy-turvy Steve just had to play with. He must be a whole lot better because he didn't do any good last year. And I see it's doing.
It's always fun to experiment a little in the garden.
Well, yeah, that's what it's all about. This was strictly a daylily bed, and now it's whatever I have, or somebody gives me.
Yeah.
Peony. They take more sun than I knew.
You used to put them in the shade more?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do quite well. They're pretty tough plants once you get them established. Absolutely.
Now that's a hibiscus,
Mhm.
and isn't that Texas hibiscus?
This is Texas star hibiscus
Yeah,
flowers that'll
yeah.
come on. That's a
Okay.
beautiful plant.
And more of that. Now don't tell me I know. Rosa Sharon. The most fun part of the plants, the big ones, is pruning.
You enjoyed the pruning process?
I like the pruning and the propagation. After it propagates, I'm through with it, basically. But I really like the pruning. Except the pine trees, they're too big. But I've got more money in ladders than I do vehicles.
So you can get up in all shoes. You do. You have a lot of trees here, which are wonderful to give you all that shade around your home. And
Yeah.
a lot of nice shade beds.
I've got a lot of the neighbor's shade too. That's a pecan from the other. But that's fine.
Maybe you get some of the pecans as well.
Well, yeah, between the squirrels and I.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your landscape with us. Really beautiful. You've done a nice job and created a wonderful little...
Well, thank you. I like it. It gives you something to do. And it keeps you young and good looking and stuff like that. Bye.